Hey everyone, Happy New Year, and welcome back to Filmmaker for Dumb. Today I want to talk about the Hollyland Lark M2S and how they perfected the system of the lav mics. Let me not say perfection, there's always going to be something that comes out better. Maybe they'll come out with something better later in the future. But up to this point, all these type of mics have been like pretty bulky, very obvious, like when you're using them, when you're doing either interviews or just want to try to keep like a low-key mic setup. Doing it with the other mics has been a challenge, such as the Rode mics or even the previous versions of the Hollyland with the Lark M1s or the Lark Maxes. They did much better with the M2s, which was pretty nice, which was about the size of a nickel. But the new version, the Lark M2, is blowing my mind. And I'm actually using it right now. It's a little clip-on, as you can see. You let me know what you think. Is it that obvious? Maybe because I'm wearing like a green shirt, but if I was sitting down wearing a suit or a black shirt or something like that, it'd be much more harder to spot out or notice. So let's dive into the form factor and what it looks like. So they do still have the logo on it, but on the inside this time, this side is the part that clips onto the inside of the shirt, tie, or wherever you're placing it. And it's more of like a clip-on than just the magnet than it was before. So it's much more easy to hide when you're trying to put it on a client. If you're doing this by yourself, it saves you time being able to clip something on somebody. There's two versions of the Hollyland Lark M2S. Version 1 is one that you get a receiver that you can plug directly into your iPhone or into your laptop, something that has a C port. The step-up version where you get the cell phone receiver and you also get the receiver that you can plug directly into your camera. The only thing that I don't like about this transmitter and receiver that the other ones come with is on the mixer, you're able to have a little bit more control. You can control the gain, you control the volume of the mics, you control just a lot more within the mixers of the other competitors like with Rode or with DJI. Even with their step-up version with the Lark Max, you just have a lot more control with the mixer. These are just more run and gun, plug it in your camera, plug it in your phone. You got a dial that has 3 knobs or 3 switches on it, and you go from there. So you just want to make sure you got headphones and you're getting crystal clear audio. Much more on the run and gun side of things. On professional sets, I would definitely still hire a sound guy and loud people up and use boom mics, of course. But if you need something where you're by yourself, you're on a low budget, and you need to be able to get good, clear audio, you don't always have the option of the boom mic, or you don't always have the option of laving somebody up. These are just much easier to clip onto somebody. This just makes life a lot easier, being able to hand it to a client and say, make sure you have the small side pointing out. This was the previous mic before. As you can see, this is an awesome mic. This is a great design. You can hide it, but it was still very noticeable when you were doing interviews or certain things, and plus the logo. The logo's a distraction, so being able to hide the logo now, it's a blessing. These last about 9 hours while working, while clipped on somebody. So if you got a super long interview, super long day, or if you're at a concert or something like that, these things should get the job done. While in the case, they offer about 30 hours charge. Pretty good battery life, so before you go anywhere, I'd suggest charging them up. So 9 hours once they're clipped on, and you should be good to go for the day. So a really cool new addition about this one is it comes with an app. So you can download the Hollyland app or the Lark app and be able to fine tune the settings more so. So if you have the noise cancellation on and just need to dial certain things back because of your environment or the settings that you're around, the app allows you to do that. So that's a really, really cool addition. Of course, you can obviously mute the mic. So if someone has to step off set or use the restroom real quick, you can mute the mic. Always mute the mic if you're not rolling, if the camera's not rolling, just because someone might be having a private conversation, or like I said, they might have ran to the restroom, and who really wants to hear all that when you got your headphones on? So just be mindful of the mute button. Also, if you mute it, once they get back on set and you're ready to start rolling, be mindful of to unmute. You don't want to start shooting the interview and you realize you was mute the whole time. So be very mindful of your settings. And of course, while you're recording, someone should be monitoring this the whole time. But just in case you're not, and if you're doing a one-man band job to where you check the audio in the beginning and you might have to talk to the client, you're doing a lot of things, just be very mindful of when you're pressing mute and when you're not pressing mute, because that can be a disaster once you're done. Another cool feature that they had on the last version is also on this version is the noise cancellation. This helps out a lot and just allows you to capture some really nice audio between the two people that you're trying to capture. Now you might still get a little bit coming in the background, but it's much more fixable in post versus trying to do something without it. So the noise cancellation was a lifesaver on the last one, and I really think they're going to be great on this one. I was able to find a lot of use cases with it, so I'm sure you guys have it. If you use it out there, let me know. If you don't use it, if I shouldn't use it, let me know in the comments down below. It's only when I need to use it. Like I said, it depends the type of job. If the job I'm working allows me to have a sound guy on set, I much prefer to have a sound guy on set, someone that's gonna fine tune all the audio and just make sure I'm getting crystal clear audio all the way through. I much prefer to work on the camera and make sure all those settings are good, I'm getting good composition, and I'm delivering the vision that the client needs. We're not in a perfect world all the time, and I understand that, but like a lot of my corporate clients, they sometimes only have a budget for one person. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And Hollyland and, you know, a couple other companies also, Rode and DJI, they made really great mics, and they're making it easier and much more accessible for us to capture crystal clear audio. And this is just another new addition to the wheelhouse. So, you know, until one of these guys pay me, I really have no favorites. I use them. I use the Rodes. I'll give a transmitter to an audio guy, and I'll plug the receiver into my Red. And that way I can receive, you know, audio going directly into my Red. Or if I'm doing live events, I can also just give this to the guy in the back, whoever's running the control board, and get audio directly from there. So the Rodes have been great for that, and records directly from there. And this has 32-bit audio, so this is great. There's also situations where I need much more low profile. I don't always have the time to be live. You work with high profile clients where the security might not let you live them. I've been in those situations, so you still need crystal clear audio, and you're not always right up on them to get the audio with the shotgun mic on the camera, or there's always not a guy running around with the boom. So I have something like this made by Hollyland is a lifesaver, because look at this. Like I said, look at this. You see it on me? Not really. Especially if you got hair or something distracted. People are not really gonna notice this. Now my video doesn't look crazy because I don't have a big old block, such as this, just hanging on my shirt or tie. And people see it because I didn't have the chance to live them. We're in a quick run and gun situation. These are awesome in certain situations when you got more control, but you don't always have control. Something you gotta hand to somebody, like, hey, clip this on them so I can just get audio. Boom, just make sure this part, you know, is on the outside, because that's the mic. You don't want this on the inside, otherwise it's gonna be rubbing on their chest and shirt. You don't want that. So they're keeping the price about the same, like $150, $160. I'll throw it up here on the screen somewhere. So just make sure you guys check that out. I'm not being sponsored for this video at all. This is just my personal opinion on everything. And, you know, I've only had it for a couple days. I'm about to bring it out on set and see what I actually think about it. I have a one-man job coming up in Chicago, so that's gonna be very interesting. Please, if you do decide to go check this out or buy this because of this video, just make sure you guys, you know, check it out through the link below. It really helps me out. It helps this channel out. As you know, I'm trying to grow. We're only around the couple hundred subscriber mark. I am looking forward to this year, 2025, and more reviews and more behind the scenes stuff, building the community and talking to you guys more. So if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. I'm Stephen Michael, and this is Filmmaking for Dummies.